You now know the pros and cons of being a programmer. So the next logical question is, how much does it take to learn coding and get your first job as a programmer? A pretty tricky question to answer. So let's find out, shall we? If you search online, you'll find many programs and bootcamps claiming that you can become a programmer and get a job in 4 to 6 months. Even better, you have to attend 2 weekly meetings of 2 to 3 hours. Gosh, pretty easy, right? A couple of hours a week for 4 to 6 months and you're basically done. Now, before you get all excited, let me ask you something. Do you think you can master a foreign language in 4 months? Well, no, not likely, unless, you're a genius or something. Do you think you can finish a marathon in 4 months if you've never exercised? Well, maybe, but you'll likely end up injured and having to spend money on recovery. Programming is not easy. That's why software developers are in high demand. Just like marathons and foreign languages, mastering computer science takes some amount of time. And you want to do it properly if you intend to build a solid career in IT. So, back to our question. How much does it take to build a solid programming foundation? Well, to answer that, we need to look at these people. Who are they? Well, a bunch of nerds attending computer science in college. Why are we looking at them? Well, because a lot of outstanding developers gathered much of their coding skills in college. The same goes for my colleagues and myself. So, it makes sense to ask yourself how much time these students spend studying. Now, I did a little experiment and researched the curriculum of a couple of universities here in Romania, specializing in computer science. They offer 3-year programs after which you graduate as a computer scientist. Then, I stripped away all the unnecessary topics from their curricula, leaving only the essentials for becoming a good programmer. I ended up with 900 hours of study. That's right, 900 hours. Of course, nowadays we have very efficient learning methods, and if you opt into personalized mentoring, you can certainly decrease those hours. As a minimum, I would say you need at least 7 hours to gain the minimum necessary skills to start a career in software development, assuming you know exactly what to learn and you are using high quality learning resources. Does it feel like a lot? Well, maybe, but it is a realistic figure. It's not a number designed for a marketing campaign. 700 hours means a year of learning and practicing if you spend 13 hours a week doing this. It can also mean 1 year and a half if you learn for 9 to 10 hours each week. But that is the effort you need to put into learning if you wish to change your job and get into a domain that is more challenging, that gives you control of your time, that allows you to work anytime and from anywhere while paying a lot better than most other jobs. There is no easy road, there is no catch, there are no shortcuts. Every person who achieves something remarkable or learned something difficult spent a lot of time and effort to achieve his dream. Were those 900 hours that I spent at university learning how to become a developer worth it? Well, for me, yeah, totally. Programming changed my life for the better. I get to work on challenging projects, I get to work from home and decide where I want to live. I get to choose how I schedule my day. I earn enough money to have a good life, travel, and learn. Was it easy? No. But it was 100% worth it. We talked about the aspirational aspect of software development in the previous modules. Now you are discovering the motivational part of getting that fulfilling career in programming. The question I have for you is the following. Do you want this life-changing career enough that you are willing to put in the effort? Are you willing to spend 10 to 13 hours a week every week learning to become a great developer? Please take some time and think about this and be honest with yourself. There is no right or wrong answer here. It is always better to know this from the start rather than after you start your journey.